Today is Friday, October 9th. Welcome to this edition of Nevada County Now. Today's episode, we're talking candidate forums, bias training, elections, and more. Join us, won't you? Hello and welcome to Nevada County Now. I'm your host, Cole Pettit. As the 2020 election moves ever closer, we're excited to announce that in collaboration with the League of Women Voters of Western Nevada County and the League of Women Voters of Butte County and the Redding area, we will be hosting a forum for the candidates running for the U.S. House of Representatives for California District 1. The two candidates are incumbent Doug LaMotha and challenger Audrey Denny. The forum will take place this Wednesday, October 14th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. It will be live streamed on our website, nevadacountymedia.org, our YouTube page, our Facebook page, and Comcast Channel 18. It will be available for viewing afterwards on our government YouTube page. Constituents can submit questions for the candidates in advance by emailing them to info@lwvwnc.org. The deadline to submit questions is Tuesday, October 13th at noon. Last week, in partnership with our other local media members, we hosted a similar forum for the candidates for the NID board. This forum included Division III candidates Karen Hull and Scott Miller, as well as Rich Johansson and John Norton, candidates for Division V. Let's take a look.
First question is coming from Paul Haas from KNCO, and the first answer will come from Scott Miller.
Good evening, candidates. We're going to jump right into budget. The 2021 budget adopted last week heavily relies on deferred maintenance and repairs to achieve $5.1 million in reduced expenditures. Besides creating a potential backlog, safety of NID's infrastructure and personnel could also be compromised. NID's own finance manager stated, quote, "Reductions in fiscal budgets of this magnitude are not sustainable," end quote. What is your take on the 2021 budget?
Thank you for the question. The budget is a team sport. Staff and the board working together through all committees and departments to plan our financial course. The budget is in, and we adopted it last week, as you all mentioned, September 23rd. COVID hit us hard, but our $97 million in reserves kept the district strong. We did not budget for COVID last October. You got us. 20 years, I've never had a negative budget. We did this last year. 2020 was the only negative year in the last 20 years. Next year, we are already back in the black with returning of $3 million into the reserves. We did modify things this time as a team and got it down to $6 million that we had to transfer. That's why the reserves exist. With the loss of interest income on our $97 million of reserves this year and recreation taking a big hit with closures and customer refunds, we had to tap our reserves for the $6 million. Despite that, we could hit Standard & Poor's still rated us AA+, and we're able to refinance $26 million just this last month from the Combi, which is a huge infrastructure need that we took care of. Anyway, COVID hit us, and but we're back in the black next year.
Thank you. Rich.
Yeah. So it's not sustainable if we keep going to the property taxes. Property taxes should only fund capital improvements infrastructure, such as the Backbone Extension Program. So, yeah, it's a one-year blip. Should have had more reserves. But Standard & Poor's has raised the credit rating to AA+ from AA-, and any AA is in really good shape. So going forward, the budget for next year looks doable, looks sustainable, with a $3 million increase in the reserves. So I don't think NID is in that bad a financial condition. We just got to, watch the expenses, find more revenue where we can.
And John.
Thank you. Well, the 2021 budget is very austere, and I can see why the NID board adopted that. It is not sustainable, and that was said so by the operations manager, Chip Close, and also by the chief financial officer. It's not sustainable because they are risking their aging infrastructure by deferring maintenance and deferring certain projects that need to be going on. That's one of my major concerns. I think it's important to have an austere budget and bring up those reserves that are desperately needed, but at the same time we need to prioritize what aging infrastructure could fail and cause a catastrophic failure, such as a failure of a water treatment plant delivering drinking water to 7,000 people in Lake Wildwood and Penn Valley. Thank you.
And Karen?
So I think that this is another example where NID management is raising red flags about the fiscal situation in NID, and they've been doing this for a number of years. I agree with Rich that the spending of $22 million in property tax revenue, which is reflective in the projected budget going forward, that is money that historically would have been used to support the infrastructure. So that's a serious movement of funds. I would also point out that the projected budget shows a 34% rate increase in the coming 5 years. And so, in my opinion, we have to work with NID management to get control of expenses, or we are going to have more serious problems that aren't being grappled with at the current time.
The forum can be viewed in its entirety on our YouTube channel. And thanks again to all the other media entities who participated in the forum: KNCO, the Union, Yuba, and KVMR. We'll continue our look at local races this week with an overview of the candidates for Nevada City Elementary School District. For more, let's turn it over to Sonora Slater.
Thanks, Cole. Nevada City Elementary School District includes Deer Creek and Seven Hills, and according to their website, their goal is to provide an environment in which all students can learn and achieve, become lifelong, enthusiastic learners, and develop a positive sense of responsibility. The board is comprised of 5 members, with 4 members, including Ty Conway, James Perlaza, David Alkire, and Sandra Barrington, running for 2 open full-term seats this year. Ty Conway and James Perlaza are both incumbent, having joined the board in 2016. Ty grew up in Nevada County and now works as a software engineer. Because of this, he has experience in the technology industry that he believes can be useful as a member of the board to help improve technology classes in the district. He also has 4 children who have attended schools in the district. James, who often goes by Jim, is involved in entrepreneurship, working with various businesses as well as having experience in real estate. He describes himself as a numbers guy and believes that his strong business background is an asset to the board. He also has a son who has been taught in the district. The other 2 candidates are David Alkire and Sandra Barrington. David Alkire graduated from Stanford University with a Bachelor's of Arts. He then attended Yale Law School and now runs David Alkire Law Office, which offers confidential counsel in civil, criminal, and juvenile delinquency matters. He has worked as a practicing attorney for over 10 years. Sandra Barrington lives in Nevada City with her husband and daughter. She has a degree in English with a certificate in literary editing and publishing from California State University, Chico. She also has a background in marketing and public relations and is a certified fundraising executive. She is also involved with the Sierra Nevada Memorial Hospital Foundation, Sierra Harvest, and the Rotary Club of Grass Valley. Back to you, Cole.
Thanks, Sonora. We've seen an increase of 13 COVID-19 cases this week, bringing our total to 557 confirmed cases. 18 cases are currently active with 2 hospitalizations. 20,735 tests have been performed, an increase of 681 tests this week, and the death toll has increased to 8. For the most up-to-date information, visit mynevadacounty.com/coronavirus. Next Friday, October 16th, the newly named Equity and Inclusion Leadership Alliance will be hosting a free half-day virtual cultural competency workshop entitled The Hidden Biases of Good People, Implicit Bias Awareness. The Alliance, initiated by President and CEO of Sierra Nevada Memorial Hospital, Dr. Brian Evans, is still in a formative stage and currently includes local nonprofits and community leaders, as well as executive-level leadership and representation from Grass Valley and Nevada City Police Departments, Nevada County Sheriff's Office, Sierra Nevada Memorial Hospital, Nevada County Superintendent of Schools, and the County of Nevada. The workshop will feature Reverend Dr. Bryant T. Marks Sr., who is a minister, researcher, trainer, and award-winning educator. He is the founder and chief equity officer of the National Training Institute on Race and Equity and a tenured professor of psychology at Morehouse College. He served on President Obama's Board of Advisors with the White House Initiative on Educational Excellence for African Americans and as senior advisor with the White House Initiative on Historically Black Colleges and Universities. Dr. Marks was also a contributor and trainer with the Obama administration's My Brother's Keeper and 21st Century Policing programs. The workshop is from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. on Friday, October 16th. Anyone can participate. To register, go to the webpage below. Last week we told you about Bear Yuba Land Trust's annual Open Spaces and Wild Places fundraising event, which is currently ongoing. This year, due to social distancing guidelines and in order to safeguard public health, this free event will take place over 2 weeks, starting off with an online silent auction and fund a need for the Independence Trail, and will culminate with their live Conservation Awards presentation and virtual gala on Friday, October 16th. This week, Bear Yuba Land Trust announced Shelley Covert and Deborah Weistar as the recipients for the 2020 Bear Yuba Land Trust Conservation Awards. Covert is recognized with the William Nickerol Award for Conservation Leadership for her tireless commitment to conservation and dedication to enriching the community's connection to the ancestral homelands of the Nisenan tribe. Weistar is recognized with the John F. Skinner Sierra Outdoors Recreation Award for her lifelong commitment to educating and mentoring youth through nature programming and documentary filmmaking. Covert and Weistar will be presented with their awards at Bear Yuba Land Trust's annual fundraiser, Open Spaces and Wild Places Gala, and Conservation Awards. The virtual event is taking place Friday, October 16th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. and is hosted by us here at Nevada County Media. To participate in the auction, donate to the Rebuild, or RSVP to the virtual gala, visit bylt.org. This month is an exciting one for avid astronomers, with both the Draconids and the Orionid meteor showers offering a show that, for once, COVID-19 can't cancel. We'll leave you with some amazing video clips from the Draconid shower, which we're currently in the middle of, that are sure to leave you starstruck. And remember, stay safe, take care of each other. We'll see you next week.